I was in Central California in a place called Monterey, and it's one of the most beautiful seaside towns imaginable. My husband was having problems. My daughter was having problems. So as a typical woman, I was taking care of everyone else's problems, and I had uterine polyps and I was bleeding non-stop. And I still didn't realize I was dying. The next day I was lying in bed and just couldn't do anything. And I was looking out over the distance watching the seagulls fly around. And all of a sudden, it felt like I fainted. But instead of fainting out of consciousness, I fainted into consciousness. So all of a sudden, I popped out of my body. And I left the weight behind. And I felt, there's no words for it. It's very hard for me to describe it because there's no relatable concept on earth. But the nearest I can come is to explain it was like I felt no pain, no worry, no stress, nothing other than complete peaceful bliss, absolute peace of mind and heart and body and soul. I felt no struggle. I was floating up. And I looked across the distance, and it wasn't the landscape that I was seeing when I was in my body. It was a silver sky, beautiful silver light that was very bright, but it didn't hurt my eyes, with pine trees, silhouettes of pine trees in the distance. And then I looked up and I saw a golden portal of light that was swirling. It was simply the fact of knowing and a complete peace about it. No struggle in any way. And I've never felt so peaceful. I've never felt so loved and full and whole. And all of a sudden, boom, I was back in my body. And it was, again, like fainting, but fainting back into a heavy weight and a cold reality. The most important thing to me of it all was that I realized I wasn't a human doing, I was a human being. My money, my thought, my beauty, my intelligence, nothing came into play there. My inabilities or my weaknesses didn't either. I was enough in myself. I didn't have to struggle. I was at peace. And I also realized often that I think by comparison, the things we fret and worry about in daily life is so insignificant to the bigger picture. We get so hung up on, oh, she didn't say that, or the bus driver wasn't nice, and we get so caught up. Conversely, I have such a passion for life. I don't hold on to life as the only thing because I know what's coming. But I use every day to the fullest and try and live my passion.
So Susan, after going through all this, what would your advice be to others that they can happen?
Well, live every day so you can die today, right? So that you won't die with regrets. That your business is taken care of. That you feel happy and content. Because believe me, cancer or not, we all could die today. Love as if it's the last person you'll ever meet. It may be the last time you talk to them. Laugh like you've never laughed before. And do not care what people think. Do not live your life according to their rules. Of course, social rules as far as kindness, politeness, and thinking about others' feelings, but certainly don't live by their expectations. On people's deathbed, and I work with terminally ill people, I've never heard anyone complain that they never made enough money, they didn't work enough office hours. I've never heard that. I've never heard them complain that they didn't work hard enough, but I've heard them live with regret or die with regret that they didn't love enough. They wasted too many years being angry and bitter over things in the past that really, in reality, are very insignificant, but they let grow into a mountain. And all those wasted years of poisonous thoughts. We've got to heal emotionally, and that's so important. And we've got to really be vigilant to do that, so that we not only are ready to die, but ready to live, truly live. And then the hardest thing for them is regret. And it's always that, and it's usually interpersonal things, that they weren't more kind or loving or honest or open, or that they didn't make amends to someone that had already gone, or that they couldn't now reach. So I say, don't wait till you're dying. Do it now. Because you still got to live, and you're not living if you don't.